Hi and welcome back to the channel. We're in the depths of winter here in the UK, and for those that follow the channel know that I sprayed my MGA in about October, which was very late in the season when you're spraying in the garage and you've not got very good heating and the humidity's maybe a little bit high, which is the thing I suffered with when I did it. Didn't come out too bad, but I did get some, if I walk very quickly back, some pretty significant drips in the bodywork there, in the paint. So not great, and I've been itching, really itching to get those fixed. But I don't want to do any respraying of any major body parts, or parts of the body, until it warms up in the spring. So I'm stuck a bit. I've been advised that you need to let the paint really harden off before you try to tackle those drips anyway. But having said all of that, I thought I would have a go at something small, just to see if I can get some degree of success in just getting rid of these things without doing any respraying. So this is the rear light cluster, and most of it's come out really very nice, but I've got a bit of a sag there. If I can get the light on that, yeah, there you go, see it? So I thought I'd just have a go at just trying a few techniques and see if I can get rid of that thing, polish it out, and that will give me some confidence when I go and work on the main body and I can't mess too much up. That's the plan. So looking at this, it's almost more like a sag than a drip, this one. I've certainly got more significant drips on the bodywork itself. So I'm just thinking about how I'm going to tackle it. I mean, there are techniques where you put filler over these, and I will give that a try at some point. But for this one, I think I'm just going to see if I can protect some of the edges and the areas where the paint will be thinner because it's behind the sag as such, and then see if I can lightly sand that through. I bought myself this Kovex. It's called a nibbing block, I think. So it's just a very, very hard material. So you don't want to be kind of following a curve or anything with this. You really want it to take the high spots off. So it needs to be super solid and not to fall, sort of follow the contours as such. And with it, you get these little sandpaper basically, but this is 1200 grit. I've got some 800 as well, and you can just peel these off, stick them onto this block, and then you're away. I've got myself some hot soapy water and a sponge in there, so I'll do this wet, although I think I've seen somewhere that this is designed to use dry, but I don't feeling that brave. So we're going to go with a wet application and see if I can rub these back. First job then is to get some tape on to protect some of the hard edges. Yeah, so I've just got some frog tape, and I'm just going to cover some of these, these edges here, because I'm likely, if I slip or get too close to the edge with the nibbing block, it's just going to rub these corners clean away. And as soon as you've blown through on this kind of stuff, that's it, game over. You're into respraying. So just sort of just getting behind the drip there, and a bit on the inside and round, just in case I go too far away. Now, say this is an experiment, it may all go wrong, in which case I'll show you. I'm not afraid. It is an experiment, so if this doesn't work, it'll hopefully help someone to know how not to do something. But hopefully we'll have some success. So right, there you go. So I've got hopefully you can see that. So we still got the drip there, but we've got a little bit of a protection around some of the other paint. And these, as I said, these things just I think tear off. Go away, and they're sticky on the back, I believe. There we go. Well, it's almost a plastic. I think it is a plastic. Nice and clean. There you go, and it's on. Okay. There you go. And this one is 1200. So just a little bit of moisture on there now. Oh, this water's nice and warm. Oh, it's freezing in here, it really is. Just a little dab maybe, just to moisten it off. Hopefully it doesn't take the tape off. And let's go. Bit nervous. Now this is, as I said, 1200 paper, so when I prepped the car for paint I was using 600 grit as my final. Let's bring the camera around a little bit. If you can see that already, that's quite, I can see the high spots straight away because they've it's taken the polish straight off the paint. But as I say, I was using 600 when I prepped for painting, so this is really, really fine paper, but it is cutting straight away. Dip that in there, I think I might do that. And there's quite a curve on this this piece of on this panel, so it's easier not to rub in other areas around that you don't want to touch. I can feel the high spot as I'm doing it. Let me get myself a cloth. I think I'm just going to dry that off and see what's going on. I don't want to go too far. I can't put the paint back on again, so let's stop there and just and give it a clean up. See what that's like. Right. Rub over. Yeah, that's definitely taken it down. And I'm not touching. I can't see that I'm touching any other part of the panel around the edge. I'm definitely just touching the side spots. So go again. Trouble is with the water and the bubbles, you can't see particularly well. I'm definitely rubbing away some of the frog tape because I can see the green in the water a little bit, so I would probably be touching the paintwork where I don't want to if I didn't have it on there. Very gentle process, slow, but slow's good. Yeah, it's coming down. I don't think I want to entirely take the whole high spot away because I'll buff and polish this or use a cutting compound in a short while on this, and you know, I think that will, well, obviously that in itself will cut through. I've got 3 coats of I should have said this is single stage paint that I've got here that I applied, and I did 3 coats of it, so it should be relatively thick, providing it was even. I sprayed it, I think I did, but I just really don't want to go too far if I can help it. Yeah, that's going. It's cutting quite fast, faster than I thought it would actually. You're still, yeah, still a ways to go. Well, there you go. It's virtually gone. If there's anything there at all, let's get the tape off. Oh, have a look. tape's worked, in as much as I've definitely not taken any or touched the paint, obviously, where the tape was. And although it looks very matte, which you'd expect, there, the drip's gone. Maybe some very, very slight marks, but it's definitely gone. So I wouldn't have gone any coarser than 1200. Now I think I've got here, yeah, I've got some 1500 and some 2000, and I think I've got a sheet of 3000 as well. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap out for 2000 and just cover over a slightly larger area, not too much, and see if I can work some of those scratches out, and then I'll go to 3000. Let's give that a go. Okay, that's with the 2000, and that's, I don't know if you can see, should be able to, that's really much gone, pretty much. Just goes to show though that the tape's a good idea, because this whole area here, which is not anywhere near what I was working on, with the 2000 I've started to scuff that, so the tape's done its job. So I'll definitely need to use that again, I think, but I'm pretty much there. I'm going to I've got some 3000 here. I don't think I need a block for it, because 3000's like, you know, almost polish. So we're just going to wet it up and just have a little go with some 3000 over the slightly larger area. I've noticed as well, even with the 2000, I was starting just to take out any small amounts of orange peel in the paint, so that's all good stuff. So this is very slick. It's like rubbing it with a plastic bag, this is. Right. Oh, I don't know. Okay, little bit maybe around this edge along here. Could always do a little bit more again. Like I said, you can take it off, but you can't put it back on again. But that's even starting to come up with a little bit of a sheen in there. I don't know if you can try and help pick it up. Maybe if you didn't know it was there, kind of thing, you wouldn't see it. So certainly the drip here is gone. That bit there, there's still a light, I can feel a very slight lip. But honestly, I'd rather polish this up, get it back to gloss, and then, you know, complete the process, and then I can always go back and do it again if I want to. I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, I've got buffing machine polisher and all the rest of it, but obviously it's a very, very small area, so I'm just going to go and grab some cutting compound and see if I can polish it out by hand. Let's see how that goes. So these are the products I use for cutting with the machine mainly, but that's that I use this compound, and then there's a finish which gets rid of all of the hologram and the swirls and stuff. So they're the two I'm going to use. I've just got myself a soft soft cloth, and we'll give that a go and see how that goes up. Right, there we go. Just a small amount of compound on there. It's a very small area, isn't it? Let's go. As I say, on a larger panel I'd use the machine polisher, and I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to have to do this by hand, but let's just give it a go, give it a wipe and see how much that comes up. Here we go. Right, so it's just with a few minutes of polishing. It needs a bit more, but it's almost there, but I can still see it. Look, I can still see the mark there. Only just, but you can still see it. So I've got time. I'm going to go back. I'm going to be a little braver. I'm gonna have another go, and I think I'll take a little. I'll tape it up again, and I'll do it on a time lapse, and I'll tape it up again. I'm going to do a little bit more 1200, I think, just to take it back a little bit more, because I can just see the edges still. Don't know if you can see that. So let's do that. Well, there we go. For a first go, quite pleased with that. I've just gone over with the finish. That's the abrasive. That's the finish. So I've just gone over that with a little coat of that to bring it up a bit. The whole thing could do with a polish up. But yeah, I don't know what you think, but given where we were, I think that's pretty good, and it's certainly given me the confidence to get back onto the bodywork. I may even do this in the winter. I may get on with it for a bit. The one thing that I've really learned from this is it takes a lot of time. So that's been, I don't know how long I've taken. I've pretty much filmed everything, so we'll see how long the video is. But that's how long it's taken me just to do that one drip, and I've got quite a long run on the back there to do. So chances are, I think I will mix in, you know, sort of doing a bit of body work and carry on with the putting the car back together just to relieve the boredom. But it works, doesn't it? So I may try a few more techniques on the body as well for some of those longer runs, but I'll leave that for another video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been useful to some people. Hopefully it has. So if you like the video, as always, if you give me a like, I'd be really grateful. And if you haven't subscribed, there's loads more stuff now on the channel of all the work I've done on the MGA, right from the rusty bucket I had barn find 4 years ago to now. So go back and have a look, and give me some comments. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers, bye.